Today's video, I'm breaking down why personalized videos is the most underutilized outbound tactic in B2B sales right now. So stick around because I'm sharing the shocking answer I got when I asked 50 executives how many personalized videos they received last year, the simple math that turns 5 videos a day into 4 million pipeline, and the exact framework one sales team used to book tons of meetings in a single quarter, doing what everyone else calls unscalable. So if you're tired of getting ignored in crowded inboxes, this is the play that cuts through the noise. Now, one thing I do want to preface is people immediately will ask me this is, yes, this does work across multiple industries, and this does work with multiple personas, even the technical ones like the CISOs. And the thing is, when I asked these 50 executives the question, how many videos you've gotten, it was across all different executives, VPs of sales, CROs, CMOs, CISOs, etc. And most said, can y'all guess in the comments how much they said? 1 to 3 videos in the past 12 months. Even Kyle Coleman, if you look him up on LinkedIn, very visible, post is very active, said he only got 3. And you know a crazier one, the VP of sales of LinkedIn Sales Solutions. She's very active. She runs a $1 billion operation, has gotten 0 videos. So you tell me, sounds like an opportunity. So while everyone else is getting 50 to 100 cold emails a week, they're getting blown up on the LinkedIn regular messages, I believe that we've overscaled ourselves into invisibility. Everyone's so obsessed with AI automation and efficiency, we forgot to focus on the human touch. And the irony is the unscalable thing right now is your biggest competitive advantage. So if you believe that you need to scale something, I'm here to tell you that actually that's not the way to think about this. We have to think about how can we do the unscalable to scale. So let's break it down. Let's say if you did 5 personalized videos a day, that should take you around 45 minutes to do. If you did that if you did that every single day for an entire month, that's 100 videos. Now, let's say if you had 20 reps do that, that is 2,000 videos that you would be able to send for the month if you did the math. A 10% conversion on that is 200 meetings. Let's say your average deal size was 20,000. You just now have 4 million in pipeline. So if you're a sales leader listening in, if you're a sales development leader, or if you're a founder and you're like, I don't know what to do, I just gave you the blueprint. Is it scalable? No, I don't recommend sending an AI video to everyone just because it's efficient. Is this gonna waste your time? I don't think so. I think if you send 100 videos, I guarantee you'll get a meeting out of it. And I'm only saying doing 5 a day, nothing crazy. So this is all from just what people consider time consuming. And so when you do this, the thing is your competitors won't do this. And that's exactly why you should. So now that we have the math, now that I've changed your belief a little bit, let's give you the framework on what to execute. So when we work with clients at AMP Social, we come in and help them with social selling, and we help them from the foundations of Outbound to break into these target accounts on what I've seen to be true even as an SDR and as a full sales cycle rep. And we have everything broken down into Outbound based on a framework or a method. So this is called our movie trailer method. And I want to set the picture for you real quick. Just tell me in the comments here, what is your favorite movie trailer? So my favorite movie trailer is Pacific Rim. I'll be honest with y'all, I had no idea what was going on in that movie. I was like, what is happening? However, it intrigued me enough to want to go see what's going on. So that's why I went and saw the movie, because I was intrigued enough to see the whole thing. So what am I trying to tell you all? When you send a video to someone, whether it's email or LinkedIn, I think LinkedIn is the best way to do it. Because you're first degree connected to them, you're gonna have a higher chance of opportunity. However, email's still good, because if you see them open their emails a couple times, you should send it to those people, not just one off as a first email. Send it to people who are already highly engaged. But my whole point is that the movie trailer method is focused on, we just want to interest them enough to book a call with us. We'll sell them on the call. You can't sell your product or solution in one thing unless you do highly transactional, high velocity. And some people watch this video, that may be you, and you can do that. But 99% of people watch this video are B2B, so you're not going to sell on the video. You're going to get them interested enough to get on the call. Just like with Pacific Rim, it got me interested enough. I saw these robots flying around. I was like, I don't know what's going on. It looks lit to me. I showed up, watched the movie. It was actually completely different than the trailer. So in the comments, you can let us know your favorite movie trailer. We can have some fun here, because I love movies. But the thing is, let's talk about the tactics here. The reason it's a movie trailer method is because the most successful movie trailers, after I did some studies, is around 60 to 90 seconds. So I brought that down even more and said videos that are successful are less than 50 seconds, and the most successful videos are 35 to 45 seconds. And so the reason that we call it that is because we're trying to grab interest. And the layer in that is called the 10-30-10, so that you can stay within guardrails to be granular in your videos. So the way I do this is the first 10 seconds is a pattern interrupt. What is the reason we're reaching out? So this goes back to our framework called the AMP Observation Outbound Framework. And basically, you need to make an observation on somebody before you reach out. Don't be like, hey, let's talk about some synergies. Don't do that. I'm gonna delete your message and everybody else will. So don't be that person. What we wanna focus on is what is the reason for you reaching out? 3 observations you make every single time. There is no other observation. I've studied millions of outbound messages. There's only 3 you can make. One is on the person. They've gone out and done something. They posted on LinkedIn. They've commented on LinkedIn. They've wrote a blog post. They have a YouTube interview. They've done something. Don't be creepy and say, hey, I saw you went on vacation in Malaysia. Saw you had a week-long trip in Italy. That's creepy. Don't do that. Unless you know them, please don't do that. You're gonna get got. Second is the company. Have they brought a new executive? Is there a product update? I don't know, but that's relevant information we want to tap into. And then the third thing is the persona. So basically, this is if you found no information on the person, no information on the company, you go look at the persona, and the persona is like a VP of sales or a VP marketing or a CMO or whatever, or CISO. And you just know, hey, these are the challenges and priorities and obstacles that they face. Based on that, then now we're gonna go and have a conversation with them. So for example, for that, I know that one of the main obstacles that people face when I work with them is that they are 80% inbound, and now they're looking to change their muscle and their outbound motion to actually do some outbound. So sellers aren't mentally prepared for that because they've been having a lot of inbound. So if I can't find anything, I know that might be a pain point. So I reach out to sales leaders and say, hey, I imagine that, based on me talking to a lot of VPs of sales, one of the pain points they have is that they're now have an outbound motion they need to build because most of their pipeline has been inbound. And I have a 45-day program that helps you get social selling in the mix and helps you empower your other outbound channels, right? That's what I do. So that's me mentioning a observation pain point of the persona without me having to do a lot of research, because I know that's a common theme that I hear from most buyers, right? So that's what you fall on just in case. So that's the first 10 seconds. The reason for my video, and you always say that, the reason for my video is, and then you insert that observation. Then the next thing in the 30 seconds is, what do you offer? So it could be like, we have a 45-day program called Sales Team 6, and our main focus is we have social selling as a foundation that amplifies your other outbound channels so that you're able to convert more high opportunities. We do that within a small cohort group. And within that small cohort group, we take those results so we can scale it across the organization as they develop a new muscle. That's the offer. That's the pitch we're talking about, right? Making them more human in an AI world. That's an example of my value prop. So you all probably have this already in your emails and cold calls. We're just inserting it in the video. And then the last 10 seconds is a clear call to action. So this is very simple. We call it planting the seed, because seeds can grow, right? We're not trying to come at you hot. If you want to ask them for 30 minutes, you can, but I don't recommend that. So what we do here is we say, hey, would you be interested in a deeper dialogue? Would you be opposed to chatting about this next week? Mind if I share some other results and use cases that clients like you have had? See, I'm just planting the seed, seeing if there's interest. If they say yes, great. If they say no, we still have a dialogue. So the thing is, I'm trying to make it easy for them to reply, and that's the 10-30-10. Now let's talk about the video itself. I recommend, if you're doing a LinkedIn message video, and again, this is for only first degree connected people, I recommend sitting your video on your iPhone. Don't overcomplicate this. Make it on your iPhone. You don't have to have this crazy setup I have. Just do it on your iPhone. Go out and do a walk if you have to, right? Like, this isn't that crazy at the end of the day. iPhone, deliver it. Make sure you smile, look presentable. Some people will send me their videos and it's like, yo, you look like you've been taken hostage. Okay, like, of course no one's replying to you. What's wrong with you, right? Look presentable, have good lighting, smile. And the last thing that I will say, or 2 things I would say, stand when you do it, more energy. Last thing though is maximum 3 takes. Don't try to make this perfect, because it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be done. So don't overcomplicate it and make it simple on yourself. The other thing that I will say is, if you decide to do it on an email, you can do a video just like I'm doing right now, which is like face the camera or talking head video. But the other thing you can do also is screen share videos too. Those are really good if you have a visual product. I recommend doing those as well, kind of screen sharing and showing what's going on. Last thing I will say is, when you send the LinkedIn video to the first degree connected person, again, you have to be first degree connected to this. You cannot do it through Sales Nav. You want to send them a message about 2-3 days later and ask for feedback. And say like, hi, Sally, any feedback on my video? The reason we want to ask for feedback, right, is because people psychologically love giving feedback. If you ask for other things, then they're likely not going to be able to do that for you at the end of the day, and you're not going to see the results you're looking for, right? So with that being said, you're probably like, this is a lot of information, Morgan. Like, how do I execute on this? Well, you can take the frameworks I mentioned right now and you can start testing this out your team today. However, if you're like, hey, I want a step-by-step process on how exactly you do this, I want to see live videos, I want my team just to get a little bit more hands-on with this, with someone who's done this before, that's working with us. I've done over 10,000 videos to prospect, so I've seen what works and what doesn't, and I can apply it to your business based on, you know, a diagnostic we do on your company so that it makes sure the videos are relevant to you. We have a program called Sales Team 6. It's a 45-day program embedded with social selling as the foundation, but more importantly, getting your team to be more active on social and also the other channels so they can convert their opportunities. If that sounds interesting to you, in the description, you can book a call, you can DM me on LinkedIn, but want to offer that up. But here's the thing, if you're like, hey, Morgan, I'm not ready for that, I still got you, because here's a way that you can incorporate this without even having to work with me. So I would find, just like our program, we call it Sales Team 6 because we find committed people who want to learn and want to try new things to get better. So ultimately what we want to do is we want to find 3 to 5 people in your org that want to do this, give them the frameworks I just mentioned on video, run the 5 videos per day for a month with 5 reps, and you'll have over 1,000 videos that you can analyze within your organization. 1,000 videos is enough to assess whether it works or not for your organization, and it gives reps something exciting to do that want to try something different, and it doesn't distract the other reps who don't want to do it. And so now you can just get them rolling, getting them excited, and that's how you implement your team with the right system. Don't pick people who are not committed. You want to pick people who are committed so we can track the response rates, we can see what's going on, we can get people excited and track the feedback, then we can scale. And this is what I've seen from different clients across the board. One team that I worked with, he has a 35% response rate on videos within the cybersecurity space, and he's been able to book meetings with CISOs, and they compliment on his approach because he decided to take action on this. So you'll get results if you take action. You don't if you don't. So look, I tell people, hey, you can keep doing what you're doing, right? You can keep automating mass email, AI automated campaigns with no human touch, and hoping that volume will help the lack of relevance for your messaging. However, if you have a pain point right now and you're like, man, we need to be more creative, this is the route to go. This is where you want to go. You want to focus on getting your team to stop being ignored and do something different to interrupt the patterns that other people are not doing. So I'd encourage you to install this system. If you want help in it, like I said, we have the Sales Team 6. This is what we were built to do. And we work with B2B teams to implement this so they can convert to their high touch opportunities, and so that they can, at the end of the day, book more meetings so the team can close more deals. So with that being said, you're looking for different topics on prospecting, outbound, etc., comment on what you're looking for. I appreciate you watching up to this point. If you implement this, I guarantee you by a month and a half, 2 months, you're going to see means coming in just by using these videos. So happy prospecting, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.